mean, if we had 40 million Americans in Mexico waving American flags, the Mexicans would flip out. Even if it was Americans bringing money and jobs. But we're getting mainly poor people in. We're collapsing. We're going bankrupt. The multinationals are doing this. It's not racist to say we can't have 10,000 women coming in every week from China to have their babies for free. And then even, quote, wealthy Chinese come here. Because why shouldn't you have a $30,000, $40,000 birth here for free? Even rich people come here because we're such a joke, because the globalists know taxpayers are paying for it all, and they're collapsing us by design. Like the Lolita Express with a convicted pedophile with Clinton flying around with the little kids. I mean, up at 33,000 feet where nobody can save them. At 30,000 feet, no one can hear you scream. And on Pedo Island, no one can hear you scream when that weird undead zombie Bill Clinton walks into the bedroom. We got to get weaponized against these people. We can't back down. We got to go all the way against these enemies of the Republic. Let's go ahead now and go to another clip. Here's Bill Clinton talking like Donald Trump on immigration in 1996.
One of these areas is the problem of illegal immigration.
We have to stop the inflow of illegals coming into our country.
This administration has taken a strong stand to stiffen the protection of our borders.
We will build a wall. It will do what it's supposed to do. Keep illegal immigrants out.
You can just type in Mexico, the worst on immigrants, Mexico, the hardest on illegals, 6 months to 1 year hard labor. If you've got credit cards and ID, they call your family in Guatemala or wherever and try to shake money out of you. And then they also will torture the illegals or even Mexican citizens to find out if they're hiding illegals or if they're illegals, to shake money out of them. And that's what Mexico does to its own people. It does it to tourists that go out of the tourist zones. I mean, warning to Americans, folks. If you're going to Mexico, there's 4 or 5 cities you can go to now and a few other zones, but you better not go into the other areas because you'll be shaken down. And that's a fact. Like, don't go to North Korea. It's dangerous. And Mexico is degenerating. And I don't take pleasure in that. Believe me, if there was a safer country around here, I'd be getting out of here. I mean, this country, I don't think you can fix it at some levels. Those of us that don't want to be slaves should start saying no to the system and try to create communities based on freedom. And I guess migrate to states that are not going to go along with this. But we are in the hands of really, really evil people, folks. About 1.5 years ago, Anthony Gucciardi just said, man, I just did a Dr. Grip's liver cleanse, the one he recommends, and he's developing this proprietary stuff he's testing on himself right now. You really ought to do it. The results are dramatic after 6 days. And I'm like, no way I'm doing it. I don't believe that there's giant black or green balls in my gallbladder. And this is how ignorant I am. And he's like, look at it online. I'm not looking at it online, because stuff like that grosses me out. I don't want to go there. Well, finally, about 6 months ago, they convinced me to do it.
I personally think everybody should go through a liver cleansing if you haven't done one. Results speak for themselves. I mean, hundreds of thousands of people have done this, and it dates back even 1,000 years, drinking oils to cleanse and purge the liver. Actually, the Greeks and over in India with Ayurvedic medicine have done it the same way. But how it works is, what you should do, and this is what our proprietary research led us to do back starting in the early 90s when we were looking at the best ways to cleanse the liver, was to develop an herbal formula that contains herbs that will help soften or break down these globules or these stones in the liver and the gallbladder.
This Liver Shield is the high-quality proprietary Livertrex developed by Dr. Grip that we've private labeled through him, and it's extremely strong, extremely concentrated, extremely high-powered. You combine that with the Oxy Powder, oxygen-based intestinal cleanser, dietary supplement, clinically tested. We have them discounted at the lowest price you're going to find anywhere. InfoWarsLife.com. Obviously, folks should probably talk to their healthcare provider before they do this. This is one of the single biggest results, if not the biggest, I've ever seen in my life, literally in a 6-day period. This is something anybody can do. Obviously, the literature is well known on what liver cleanses do. This is the best one out there from our research. InfoWarsLife.com or 888-253-3139.